Welcome to World Action and Reaction News. Please press subscribe button and press bell icon if you are new to the channel. Let's start news snapshot. Maldives has declined India's invitation to participate in the biennial naval exercise Milan, which starts March 6, Navy Chief Admiral Sunil Lanba said today. Maldives has not given any reason for the decision, Lanba told reporters on the sidelines of an event here. Navy sources said over 16 countries have confirmed their participation in the exercise. Talking about China's presence in Indian Ocean, he said, "We are aware of the Chinese activities in Indian Ocean region. Their pattern of deployment has remained same since many years. At any time, there are 8 to 10 ships in the Indian Ocean." As India looks to make some major decisions on air combat capability requirements in the coming few years, Swedish defense group Saab believes the country could become a complete source of Gripen fighter aircraft. In recent comments to Jan Widerström, head of Saab India, said the group remains in contention to bid for major programs to supply fighter aircraft to the Indian Air Force and Indian Navy. Saab's main industrial partner on both proposals is the Adani Group, a major Indian infrastructure conglomerate, although other local companies are expected to be enrolled into the potential programs as New Delhi gradually moves closer to formalizing detailed requirements for the IAF and IN. The long-delayed IAF program was initially thought to be framed by a requirement for single-engine fighters. Although this could expand to also include twin-engine platforms. The requirement yet to be formalized through a request for information, RFI, is likely to stretch to more than 100 aircraft. The IN program, known as the Multi-Role Carrier-Borne Fighter, MRCBF, project, features the acquisition of 57 aircraft. The IN issued an RFI for this acquisition program in early 2017. While Widerström said it is too early to discuss detailed industrial plans on the IAF/IN programs because specific requirements have not been laid out by India, he did stress that Saab and Adani have expressed a clear ambition to work together on the Gripen proposals for India. Saab has said very clearly that we will deliver to India the complete capacity to design, develop, manufacture, deliver, support, and sustain an advanced fighter capability based on Gripen, said Widerström. Defense PSU Hindustan Aeronautics Limited on Tuesday successfully carried out a hot refueling procedure on the indigenous light combat aircraft Tejas. The procedure was followed by a sortie. The system performance during the refueling session was in line with design requirements and was satisfactory, HAL said in a statement, adding that the aircraft is now inching closer to the final operational clearance. HAL claimed that in the history of IAF aircraft, LCA will be the first one to fly with this unique capability of hot refueling, and HAL has successfully demonstrated this on LCA Tejas LSP-8 aircraft. Hot refueling is a single-point pressure refueling of the aircraft with the engine in operation. It is a process by which a fighter aircraft is refueled while its engine is in operation, thereby cutting down the refueling time by half and turnaround time significantly. This capability is highly desired in combat situation, which basically puts aside the need for the pilot to park the aircraft, power down and exit the cockpit for refueling to begin. Further, with this, a major requirement of LCA Air Force Mk1A has been achieved, HAL said. With China's Air Force deploying its latest stealth jet fighter, the J-20 Chengdu, one of the provocations could be the Indian Air Force deployment of its top-of-the-line Sukhoi 30 Mki fighter in Assam, near the disputed Sino-India border. The English-language website China Military Online, an official People's Liberation Army news outlet, quoted an expert to state on Monday that the J-20 has been urgently operationalized because of the threat posed by the US, Japan, South Korea and India. This is perhaps the most authoritative portrayal so far of Indian air power as a threat to China. China Military Online states it is authorized by the Central Military Commission of the People's Republic of China, PRC, and sponsored by the Chinese People's Liberation Army daily. The J-20, which is China's first stealth fighter, made its maiden flight in 2011. It was first unveiled at China's Zhuhai Air Show in 2016 and began delivery to the PLOF in March 2017. Assuming it has no major flaws, this is an incredibly fast development trajectory, especially compared to the American F-35 Lightning II stealth fighter. On February 9, an official statement on the Weibo account of the PLA Air Force had revealed that the J-20 had been deployed with combat units. Meanwhile, China is developing a second stealth fighter, the FC-31, which will fly off PLA Navy aircraft carriers. Beijing also hopes to target the international market with the FC-31. The J-20 is a twin-engine, multi-role fighter that has an exceptionally long range and can fly faster than 2,000 km per hour. Its radar-scattering airframe, constructed from advanced, radar-absorbing materials, makes it hard to detect at long ranges. In wartime, experts assess that the PLOF would use the J-20 to strike enemy force multiplier aircraft like refueling tankers, reconnaissance aircraft, and airborne command posts. India and Jordan will be exchanging notes and experiences in tackling terrorism and radicalization, during the 3-day visit of Jordanian King Abdullah II bin al-Hussein to India, which begins today. As per sources, security dialogue is on the cards between India and Jordan, and both countries are working to forge a defense framework agreement. Security dialogue between the two countries was also held in July 2016. Sources suggest that New Delhi is keen to learn from Jordan's experience of handling Syrian migration crisis and tackling ISIS, and is looking forward for synergy in this field. Having served in the army, the Jordanian king has hands-on experience in matters related to defense and security. King Abdullah II bin al-Hussein is also a custodian of the Al-Aqsa Mosque. During Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent visit, Jordan also offered help to track down missing Indians in Iraq. India and Jordan have so far shared strong trading and business ties. Taking advantage of Jordan's strategic location and free trade agreements with United States, Europe, and Gulf, Indian businesses have set up units in Jordan. Cooperation in the field of defense and security will be a new area that both countries are keen to explore. A special address on Islamic heritage and promoting moderation is also one of the major highlights of Jordanian king's visit. According to Ministry of External Affairs, MEA, during this visit, the two sides will discuss the entire gamut of bilateral relations as well as regional and international issues of mutual interest.